Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Nick from Noobkill coming at you with another video today. Welcome back to Nick's Picks. This is where I give you guys my weekly predictions for the NFL. This is for week 4. Last week for week 3, the teams I did not pick right were the Carolina Panthers, Arizona Cardinals, Giants, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Chargers. Now, of course, last week was a really great week of football as well, just like any other week, of course. But guys, one of the picks I gave you guys last week, you guys thought I was absolutely nuts for picking, and that was the picking the Eagles over the Steelers. Now, what can I say, guys? I had a hunch, and the Steelers got their butt kicked, man. I don't know. I just thought, like, Carson Wentz may be a rookie. He was playing well, like really well, the 2 weeks before week 3, and of course, he played great in week 3 as well. But he played great in those 2 games. Both teams were undefeated, right? In going into that game, but I was just like, I feel like the Eagles are going to win this, and of course that's a statistic that's stuck in my head of them. The Steelers haven't won in Philly since 1965, and I was just like, that is kind of, I don't want to play around with statistics, so I just picked the Eagles on that one, and they won. You guys thought I was crazy, but I don't know. But that being said, this week 2 teams do have a bye, and that's the Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. But let's get on to this week's first picks. We got the Colts versus the Jags. Now, I don't know if I can say I'm disappointed, because really it's the Jags. I'm kind of disappointed still because they made a lot of big season off-season moves, and I thought that would help the team a lot. And they played a lot better last season as well. Blake Bortles actually played not that bad. So I thought the team was going in the right direction. But, they're 0-3, I believe, right now in the season. And, they're not playing really well. And the Colts, kind of the same too. Everybody says, Andrew Luck is back and all that stuff. But, they're not playing that well. I think they're 1-2. There's that. Even though it's played in Jacksonville, I'm going to give this one to the Colts. I think Andrew Luck can win this one. They won last week against the Chargers, and I think they can carry that momentum over. Moving on to the next game, we do got the Jets versus the Seattle Seahawks, guys. So, guys, I'm going to give you my bold prediction. This is kind of crazy. This might happen, might not. This is kind of just going on what happens the last 2 seasons. So, of course, if you guys remember back to 2 seasons ago, the Kansas City Chiefs played the Patriots, and the Patriots got spanked. Tom Brady threw 4 interceptions, and they thought, Tom Brady, that's the end of the Brady era. And guess who ended up winning that Super Bowl that year? The New England Patriots. Now, we go back to last season, week 10. We had KC versus the Broncos. Peyton Manning threw 4 interceptions himself, and then they subbed in Brock Osweiler, and he threw an interception himself as well. So in total, 5 interceptions in that game from the combined of 2 quarterbacks who played against KC, and who ended up winning last season's Super Bowl? The Denver Broncos. Now we go back to last week. The Jets. Who did they play? They played against the Kansas City Chiefs. Fitzpatrick throws a total of 6 interceptions this time. So if that keeps the trend going, Jets might win the Super Bowl this year. But that is a crazy thing that just, I don't know, I'm just playing around here. But going back to the game, we do got the Jets for the Seahawks. The Seahawks, they did beat the 49ers pretty badly last week as well. They got in a really great start with their running back in the beginning of the game. They just pulled away with it. And of course, like we said, the Jets, Fitzpatrick just threw 6 interceptions. Now, I think he can try to pick himself back up, but the Seattle defense, Legion of Boom, they're kind of chuckling we got this, man. We're going to lock this guy up like crazy. So I'm going to give this one to the Seattle Seahawks right there. Next, we got the Panthers versus the Falcons. Now, this one is looking like it could be a really, really great game because the Falcons, man, I think they lost week 1, but they didn't lose week 2 or 3, so I think they're 2-1 now. And, man, they're looking really, really good. Matt Ryan, I think he's the passing leader, and I think they played, Monday night or Thursday night game where they were just going off. Everybody was getting a touch beside Julio Jones, and who's Coleman got 3 rushing touchdowns, Freeman got a touchdown, and they were looking really, really great. And then we go to the Panthers, man. The Panthers, this is the team that almost went undefeated last season, went all the way to Super Bowl, unfortunately lost against the Denver Broncos. I don't know, and you thought they were going to come back with a vengeance this season. Playing against the Broncos, you thought they were going to spank them. They actually lost against the Broncos, and then they won against their next team. But then the Vikings manhandled them last week, I don't even know, man. This was a tough game. EA Sports or the Falcons simulated on MUT on the console, and they said the Falcons are going to win this. I'm not going to go with that. I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers just because they really need to pick themselves back up. They need to find their game back, and I think they can find it in this game right here, especially how hot the Falcons are. If they can win this game, that would be a lot for them. Moving on to another really tough decision right here, and this is the Oakland Raiders versus the Baltimore Ravens. Now, Ravens are undefeated. They haven't been playing the best of teams, of course, and they almost lost to the Browns, but they still are undefeated. You can't take that away from them. And then, of course, the Oakland Raiders, I think they won last week against the Titans, but That's the Titans, man, right? We can't really say too much there. And I'm going to go with the undefeated team here. I'm going to give this one to the Ravens just because they're at home. They're undefeated. They had the momentum going with them. Of course, now moving on to the next game, we got the Tennessee Titans versus the Houston Texans. Now, the Texans, they got shut out by the Patriots last weekend, 27-0. And there's been so much smack talk talking about Brock Osweiler and them. And then the Titans that did lose last week. The Titans not playing too bad. They beat the Lions, but they've been low-scoring games, of course. But I don't think they can beat the Texans. I know J.J. Watt is out. He's like his back injury or something like that. But I think that the Texans are going to come back with a vengeance, man. Getting shut out. Now they're playing at home. They're going to win this one. Now another nice game right here. We got the Buffalo Bills versus New England Patriots. So like I said, I'm a big Patriots fan. You guys know that. And I'm a Buffalo fan because I'm from, you guys know, see, this Toronto, and they're like the next door neighbor. But this one I got to go with New England. And I think Sammy Watkins is injured this game, so that does suck. But the Patriots are not even playing with Brady. They're undefeated. The momentum's all there, man. They're playing in New England. I can't wait for next week because Brady is going to be back, man. I can't wait for that. But I'm going to go out to the Patriots right there. Next game, we do got the Detroit Lions versus the Chicago Bears. Now, the Lions, they have actually surprised me a lot. I thought losing Calvin Johnson, their defense is not the greatest. Their offense is not the greatest, especially them losing Calvin Johnson. I thought they were going to be like 0-17 this year. I was like, yo, this is not looking good for them. But they managed to win the first game against the Colts. They are 1-2. Like, they do have a losing record, not 50%. Of course, it couldn't be 50%, but they're not above 50%, I should say. I thought I'm actually really surprised because they played some kind of tough teams and they've been doing pretty well. Like they lost that on week 2. That one kind of sucked against the Titans. They lost by 1, but they didn't lose that bad against Green Bay. So I'm gonna give this one to the Lions. The Bears, they are at home, but the Bears they're not playing well this season. So next game we do got the Washington Redskins versus the Browns. And the Browns, this one's kind of a no-brainer, and the Washington Redskins are all hyped up. They got their first W of the season, and against the Odell Beckham Jr. Giants right there. Odell was like smashing, kicking nets, getting hit back in the head. I was like, oh my god, this guy needs to control himself. I know like this is a rival, especially with Josh Norman, but you gotta kind of control your temper there. But the Washington Redskins are going to take that one. Now this game right here, it could be one of the biggest upsets of the week, just because, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're not the greatest. They are playing at home. The spread is only by 3 points, but the Denver Broncos, they are undefeated, but you never know, man. This could be the big upset game. I'm still going to go with the Denver Broncos because they're undefeated. That defense is still killer, especially with Von Miller doing some unbelievable sacks, man. So we got the Broncos there. Next, we got the Cardinals versus the Los Angeles Rams. So I'm actually pretty shocked with the Rams. I'm surprised they're not playing Jared Goff. I don't think they played him 1 minute just yet. I could be wrong. They might have played him in some garbage time. I don't really know, but they haven't played Goff, really, just playing Keenum. And then the Cardinals, they got spanked last week against the Buffalo Bills. Now, that one was a huge shocker to me. I thought they were going to destroy the Buffalo Bills, especially since the Buffalo Bills were doing really bad in the week 1 and 2, and the Cardinals just came off a win. But I know this one is played in Arizona, but I gotta vote for the Los Angeles Rams one time. So I want to see what happens here. I'm gonna go with the Los Angeles Rams right there. Next, we got the Saints versus the San Diego Chargers. Now, the Saints, they did lose Monday night's game against the Falcons, and I guess and they lost, but they didn't go down with a fight technically until the end, until Drew Brees threw that interception again. But they put up a bunch of numbers as well, like 32 points I think they put up. And then the Chargers, they did lose last week against the Colts. They are playing at home, but I'm gonna give this one to the Saints. I think they need to find themselves and click right here. Next, we got the Dak attack versus the San Francisco 49ers. Now, you can't really go against the Dak attack. I know Dez Bryant's not playing this game, but still the Dak attack with Elliott there. San Fran's playing not too bad as well, but Dallas, you gotta go with Dallas there. Next, we got another great game, and this is with the Pittsburgh Steelers, who just got manhandled. They got destroyed last week against the Eagles, and then of course KC, the defense, just destroyed the Jets. But honestly, the offense really didn't do anything that game. It was still not that high of a score game, 27 points they got. But this one is kind of a tough one. I know a couple of players did get injured. I don't know if they're fully like not playing this game. I saw a couple players go down last game. They probably will be playing this game though. It's gonna be playing in Pittsburgh. The defense is all hyped up and all that stuff, but I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh. I feel like they're gonna bounce back strong. You know, they got destroyed last week. Le'Veon Bell posted like a little mixtape freestyle of him that he's saying he's back. So that is gonna be it. I'm gonna give this to the Steelers on this one. And then lastly, we do got the Minnesota Vikings versus the New York Giants. So we got Odell Beckham Jr., who's like pissed off because they lost. We got the Eli Manning who threw the game-losing pick. I can't believe that. Was like, yo, that man threw like the worst time to throw a pick, of course. And then any time to throw a pick is the worst time, but like worst play there. So yeah, there is that. I don't know really much to say on that one. But then the Vikings, man, the defense is getting so. The defense is insane there. Like, they lost Adrian Peterson, lost Teddy Bridgewater. They got Sam Bradford, and they're doing so well with everything of what they got, man. So I'm going to give this one to the whole team. I think they're undefeated as well. So we're going to give it to the Minnesota Vikings, guys. But yeah, guys, that are my predictions for this week. If you guys agree with me, go ahead and leave a like on this video. If you guys don't, tell me in the comment section why you don't agree with one of the picks I picked. Go ahead and rebuttal with each other as well. Why do you think some teams are going to win this weekend? That's the whole point of this series. I really want to know why you guys think a team is going to win, and tell me all the feedback of that stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. That was for week 4. There are my picks. I hope you guys have an awesome and relaxing football Sunday, guys, and I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.
What's up?